And we're back. We've
Well, I never left.
Well, that's true, but
You locked me in.
we did miss out last week, didn't we, Dan? But boy, do we come back with a vengeance today.
I'd say today is a goodie. I mean, you've just read my mind. It's taken you about 3 years to do so, but you've read it finally.
Yep.
And of course, a great way to go into Series September. So, just tell us, Series September. It's not our usual bread and butter.
It's every single review that we're doing this month, Dan, has to be off the cuff because on Letterboxd you cannot review series. So therefore, we've got to do these off the cuff. We just got to talk about series that we enjoy, TV shows that we maybe grew up watching. There's a infinite amount of possibilities that come with it.
And Tommy is very much like one of those old Windows 95 robot program things with the little turtle.
Yeah.
If Letterboxd says you can't do it, he just stops. He
Very
just
true.
completely stops.
I wish there was an app where you could just review TV shows because I'd love to do an
There
episode
probably
by
is,
episode.
but
We'll have to hunt it down. But
just put that in the frame, free advertising. No.
But today, Dan, we are doing a special, and not just any special,
No.
a Boomerang special.
Now, of course, for those of you who are not in the world, Boomerang it started off as a spin-off TV channel. At the time, it was designed to specialize in older cartoons, stuff that Cartoon Network didn't feel suited its brand in the early noughties.
Boomerang originated, I want to say, in either the late 90s or the early 2000s.
Early 2000s.
But all the cartoons that it showed were from the mid 60s to early 70s.
Pretty much. So it's more or less same as Cartoon Network in itself. It's just one massive outlet for the cartoons and children's versions of Warner Brothers. And of course, one thing Boomerang would take a hold of that something you never had on Cartoon Network. If there was any live action, Boomerang would take care of it. Nowhere near as much as what Nickelodeon was doing at the time, or even Disney. But it was certainly, obviously, because Cartoon Network were cartoons only, obviously.
Yeah.
Good cartoons only, as it was back then. And
my big three were Cartoon Network, Toonami, and Boomerang. Yeah. Toonami didn't stick around for too long, I don't think, but that was a real
And you didn't grow up with Sky, you grew up with NTL, so your channels were in a weird order.
They were in a very weird order.
And that bothers me very highly. We got it once, and it was when Boomerang Plus One first came out. I could watch Boomerang, no problem. Wow. But it wouldn't let me onto Boomerang Plus One because it wasn't in our package.
Ah, I see.
But it's a Plus One. It's the same channel. That irritated me. And then we went back to Sky. I'm like, oh, thank God, it makes sense. Well, but Toonami, they actually took Cartoon Network Plus One off air.
They did.
They put Toonami, originally when it came out on Sky, they put it near the end.
Yeah.
And then when they got rid of Cartoon Network Plus One, they put it on 602. So you literally had Cartoon Network, Toonami, Boomerang, all next to each other.
Yep, that was
Then you had Nickelodeon if you went one more click, but obviously you didn't have Sky. You wouldn't have had that one click. You'd have ended up on freaking QVC or something random.
Exactly.
But anyway, digs about the cable television network of this country over. Boomerang. Now, I'll be honest with you. I was more on Boomerang than I was Cartoon Network back in the day. And obviously you were the other way around. Now, this is interesting because the two cartoons that we've picked for today... in terms of airtime, they were evenly on Cartoon Network just as much as they were on Boomerang.
Yeah.
As time went on, Boomerang just became the home of these cartoons.
Yeah.
And I used to love it in the summertime. The whole 6-week holidays, Boomerang used to dedicate itself to one of these cartoons.
Yep.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yep, I do.
You do?
I do.
But now, they don't do that in the 6-week holidays. They do it in October. They do it for Halloween now.
Oh, I see. Okay.
That's something that not a lot of people know. Well, people with kids know, but people like us, we're not supposed to know that. But I do.
But I recall enjoying going back to watching shows on Boomerang because... I liked it that they were older. I liked it that they were a bit more, shall we say, violent. One of the big ones that we're talking about today, Tom and Jerry. I mean,
Classic.
That kind of. Do you know that kind of violence wouldn't be allowed on a cartoon today?
No, it wouldn't.
Same goes for the Looney Tunes, which was also aired on Boomerang very often.
It was.
And. Do you know, even those kind of shows, do you know one thing that they inspired, which you probably wouldn't have thought they inspired? The booby traps in Home Alone.
Wow. Yeah, it makes sense.
You know, it's all like, big screams and like big bangs and like, like burns and all that. Like, and it's right out of a Tom and Jerry Hanna-Barbera cartoon.
And I absolutely love that. And the fact that Boomerang, I mean, I don't think they started off as a 24/7 channel.
No.
They pushed on till 11 p.m. and then after that, then they became 24/7 when they realised that, some kids are up in the night, and there's absolutely no reason. They're just up and awake.
Yeah.
Keep them quiet, get some sleep in. And Boomerang, well, any kids channel, frankly, is just anything that moves at that point in time is just good enough. But what I really loved about it, though, going on about Boomerang late nights and Boomerang early mornings, there was actually something very, very special. If you could get up, and Boomerang Plus One really helped me with this. If you were up early enough, 6 a.m., you used to get a pup named Scooby-Doo.
Yes.
Then you got Tom and Jerry Kids.
Yes.
And
Tom and Jerry Kids.
But for me, what really changed this was at the time when we got Boomerang Plus One, it meant that I could get up at 7 instead of 6
Yep.
and watch these programs.
Now, question, in regards to Scooby-Doo, did you watch Scooby-Doo, Where Are You?
Yes.
And did you also watch What's New Scooby-Doo?
Yes.
Yeah, because they were the two big ones, weren't they, really? Of that show?
It spun off, and it also got an airing on CITV, so I was able to start watching this in my bedroom when, obviously, there was no Sky up there.
Yeah.
And I liked it. It was random, though. Shaggy and Scooby-Doo Get a Clue.
Okay.
Did you ever watch that?
No, I didn't, no.
That was a bit weird. It wasn't amazing, but it was still good. I still liked it.
Right.
Obviously, What's New Scooby-Doo, Scooby-Doo Where Are You?
I like the music.
Scooby-Doo movies as well.
Which band did the theme tune for...
Simple Plan.
I always liked
What's New
that
thing?
song.
Yeah,
That was a good song.
Yeah. That's how I know this off the cuff is really worrying.
Yeah, yeah.
But do you know what? It just goes to show that it is that universally recognised.
Yeah.
My grandparents will understand the concept of a Scooby-Doo or Tom and Jerry episode.
Yeah, yeah. And when it's kind of a special place for me because I liked sitting down with my mum watching when I was little, watching stuff like Wacky Races, Top Cat, Hong Kong Phooey, like Danger Mouse, all these things that were on when my mum was my age at that time. So it was fun for her to sit and watch them with me.
I think that's what's missing in kids' TV today, though.
But it's kind of like how I'd feel if I got to sit my niece down and watch Ed, Edd and Eddy or something, and I could watch that with her. And she found it just as funny as I do.
Yeah.
As a grown up.
Yeah. I think absolutely. The problem is with some of these cartoons, right? So obviously there's a lot of them that they do not broadcast anymore.
Yeah, you're right.
For whatever reason. Now, what makes me laugh, Ed, Edd and Eddy is one of those cartoons that's just outright been silently banned. Despite that, if you look at the sales message, so if you don't get a channel and you try and watch it, it comes up with a message to tell you, what's so good about the channel and press the button and you can upgrade in whatever. Cartoon Network is still basically name-dropping Ed, Edd and Eddy as one of their big shows. Like, if you pay for this channel, you can watch Ed, Edd and Eddy. Well, you can't!
Don't matter.
You haven't been able to for years.
Yeah. Don't matter. It's all about where you know to go.
I mean,
friend.
who wants to watch Apple and Onion and Adventure Time? Who wants that?
I don't know.
I don't know any kids that watch that. At all.
The issue is, all those cartoons on Boomerang are in syndication.
Yeah.
They will always be watchable.
They're timeless.
They are timeless, and they're coming up to like nearly 90 years old now. Heck, they even made a meme out of Bugs Bunny, like from like 1940 something. Have you seen Big Chungus?
No.
Literally, let me just show you a picture of Big Chungus, because this simply became a meme, and all it is it's a momentarily fat Bugs Bunny. That.
Camera.
That's Big Chungus.
Right, okay.
And that is from maybe 1940 something. So it's an 85-year-old like meme. It's brilliant, and I just love that there's that timeless element to it, you know. But again, it doesn't end there. Wacky Races,
Yeah.
another classic. I even had the PS1 game of that, and that was
Nice.
fun. That was fun.
I had a PS2 game of Looney Tunes, and you got to be the coyote, like hugging on this rocket, chasing the Roadrunner. You could never win. You could never catch him. It was all about beating your best time.
Yeah.
You'd be sat in front of that for ages.
I don't know which Looney Tune was my favourite actually. I used to find them all funny, but
For me, Looney Tunes was good.
yeah,
Personally, I just have that hot spot for my two favourites, Tom and Jerry and Scooby-Doo. And
Tom and Jerry never failed to make me laugh.
this will surprise you because you know I'm a huge SpongeBob fan.
Mhm.
We talk about it. You're very easily wound up about it, you and producer man Steve. But actually, there was a time where I'd never watched SpongeBob ever. I would never I never watched it. In fact, I very rarely watched Nickelodeon.
Because you were too focused on the boomerangs.
I was just literally Boomerang at one point in time ran my life.
Yeah. That makes sense.
That was it. I didn't watch any other channel apart from Boomerang at one point.
I learned how to tell the time by finding out when my favourite shows were on Cartoon Network. So
Yeah.
I feel your I feel your
But
understanding.
back then, Cartoon Network and Boomerang would advertise what's coming up next, but they would advertise the other channel as well.
Yeah.
Next here on Cartoon Network we got this, and on Boomerang we got this. And Boomerang used to call itself Boomerang from Cartoon Network. They used to call themselves that.
I used to love all the sound effects for Boomerang. You know what I mean, right?
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, the actual Boomerang sounds, yeah. Their old logo, they then turned it into like a rope, so they spelt the word Boomerang with a rope.
Yep.
The logo they got now, which mimics a button, which is the footage we got here, is awful, I think. But I see what they tried to do there.
Yeah.
Boomerang was always blue. Cartoon Network was always black and white. They're trying to make Boomerang black and white now
Yeah.
to match Cartoon Network.
Mhm.
I'm like, no, I don't want Boomerang to be the same as Cartoon Network. I mean, I used to get really excited when Scooby-Doo or Tom and Jerry was on Cartoon Network because they showed it, but not as often as Boomerang showed it.
But you know full well there's a game that I made. Well, I didn't make it up. I kind of stole it from someone who does celebrity interviews, but I took it to the next level. It's called Save or Kill.
Right.
And one of the questions I have on this game, remember you can only save one, and the other
Yes.
one is erased from existence forever,
Yes.
was Tom and Jerry or Scooby-Doo.
Oh!
And I'm sorry, Dan, but I got to save Tom and Jerry. I know you'll save Scooby-Doo, and that's totally understandable.
How do you know that?
Because you've seen there's more movies of Scooby-Doo, and you've seen them, and you've also played more games probably of Scooby-Doo than Tom and Jerry as well.
You are correct. Although there is a Tom and Jerry video game I
I know,
have
yeah, there
on
is.
the PS2.
Yeah, but like,
Have I played that with you yet?
I think you have. Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
As far as video games are concerned, right, the game is so simple, but it's so fun.
Right.
And for those interested, it's called War of the Whiskers. It's a fighting game. One of you's Tom, one of you's Jerry. Obviously, you can unlock other characters as well.
Like
you just fight. It's what the show was.
like Spike. Can you be Spike
You
as
can be
well?
Spike, you can be Tyke, you can be the lion from the episode where they're in the zoo. You can be
One of my
Duckling, Nibbles.
many things in Tom and Jerry have made me laugh, but there's one I'll never forget, which I'm sure you might recall, is
Go
when Tom is he sneaks up on Spike, and Spike and he like sets something off, and Spike starts like barking mad at him. And Tom's just completely chill about it. He gets out like a big wooden plank and he runs it across Spike's teeth, and it shapes it into a baseball bat.
Yes.
And then he
Yes.
smacks him in the face with a baseball bat, and Spike's cheeks start fluttering like woo, and I'll
Yeah.
never forget when I saw that as a kid.
It's
That absolutely
classic.
destroyed me.
Classic animation. And one thing that Tom and Jerry had that Scooby-Doo did not was the 9-hour bumper double video cassettes. Do you remember those things?
I don't.
Everybody wanted to collect them because
Mm-hmm.
there were hundreds of, I think it was about 100 volumes of them, right? There were loads of these.
Because when you
things.
think about it, that makes sense. Because the Tom and Jerry episodes weren't actually that long, were they?
No. And there were hundreds of these things. I had volume 9 and volume 5. That's all I had. And this was great for us because it meant finally
Yeah.
we could, the main TV with Sky hooked up to it. As you could imagine, there's a family of 4. We're all fighting over it.
Yeah.
When we get this video, you keep your Sky TV, mate. I'll go to my room. I've got Tom and Jerry. I've got 9 hours of it.
Yeah.
Right. I never watched it in one sitting, as you well know.
Yes.
But it was great because what I'd do with the video is I'd watch a couple of episodes, stop it,
Then come back.
and then when I come back later, I just watch another couple of episodes. It was brilliant.
So to summarise here, Dan,
fantastic.
to summarise, if we're rating these two TV shows predominantly,
Ooh.
just Tom and Jerry and Scooby-Doo, what are you rating them?
Now, I want to make this absolutely clear. Anything made after 2006, 2007, I'm not rating that. I am rating classics,
Yep.
right? The originals,
Yep.
anything from 1940 all the way up to probably the end of the 90s
Okay.
is what I will be rating for both Tom and Jerry and Scooby-Doo. Want to make that clear?
Yep.
And I'm also not taking into consideration any movies.
Okay.
But I will give an honourable mention to Tom and Jerry, the movie, which is absolutely fantastic.
And
in its own right.
Scooby-Doo's first live-action one.
Scooby-Doo's first live-action movie. Of course, all the other Scooby-Doo animated movies as well.
Yep.
I mean, you've got some good titles in here, but let's not do... No movies.
Yeah.
No movies. I know what
TV
you like.
shows.
Bad Tommy. No more movies.
Yep.
I brought it up, so that's not fair. But basically, I would say, in a star rating, Tom and Jerry is a nice, solid 5.
Perfect.
You?
Same. As a TV show, I can't fault it. It gave me
Yeah.
countless times of fun as a kid.
Yep.
Because look, let's be honest. When you're a kid, you want to watch things that are a bit more, like, badass and fun.
You do.
And like, like kids don't want to spend the rest of their lives watching Blue's Clues, do they? I mean, like, fair enough. I mean, like, Blue's Clues is
Blue's
good.
Clues was banging.
Blue's Clues was banging when you were 3, but when you're about 7,
Mate, I'm 30. It's banging now.
no, but when you're about 7 or so, you want to upgrade to some more badass comedies,
100%.
animated shows, and Tom and Jerry fits into that.
Do you know another thing that Scooby-Doo doesn't have that Tom and Jerry does, right? Now, obviously, there are ways around this, but what I love about Tom and Jerry is, right, you don't need to know words. You don't need to speak. It doesn't matter what language you speak.
Exactly. Yeah.
That
It's
score,
universal.
That score does all the talking.
No, but
and that's rare for a cartoon.
what I thought you were going to be getting at there, which is a very good point, is that deaf people can watch it. Because
technically, yes.
it's all in the visuals.
It's all in the visuals.
There's not much dialogue in Tom and Jerry. It's all in the visuals.
I mean, obviously, there's a little bit.
Thomas, there's a moose in the house. Literally, like, I have a friend.
I can imagine people were doing that to you. Thomas!
No, literally, I have a friend who I used to work with, and like literally used to spend most of the time in the office just going Thomas, and then because me and him used to like talking in Scottish accents all the time, it ended up going into Thomas, there's a moose in the house.
Oh, God.
But yeah,
I'd love to see you on Pest Control. That would be hilarious.
We digress.
We do.
Tom and Jerry, 5 stars without question.
It cannot be faulted. It cannot be faulted.
I am-
And what's good about it, little bit of trivia here. Obviously, Tom and Jerry came off the air, or the older ones did, for being too violent, bad influences on children, all that nonsense, right? Now, I do think it was a big inspiration for The Simpsons' Itchy and Scratchy. I just want to put that out there as well. That was never banned. Well, the good news is you'll be pleased to hear it's not on very often, but at the very least once a week, Boomerang TV UK, as it stands, are airing classics. They don't do it often, but they are airing classics. And because they've now got Boomerang HD, they convert it up a little bit to work on modern hardware, so our modern televisions, it looks good.
Good.
It does look good, and
Nice.
it does sound good as well, because that score is just perfect.
It is great.
It is
How about
perfect.
Scooby-Doo for you then?
Well, Scooby-Doo is a little bit more. There's a little bit more.
Just a little bit.
Shut up. There is a bit more to Scooby-Doo because you've got your variations of it. So obviously you've got your Scrappy-Doo, which was controversial at the time and divided a lot of people even to this day. You have some episodes where you've just got Shaggy, Scooby, and maybe Velma, and that's it. Others, you've got the whole gang. So, they do mix and match it a little bit. Obviously, you've got your other variations. So, you've got your What's New Scooby-Doo. You've got your Scooby-Doo movies. They're an hour-long episode, by the way. They're not actual movies.
But we're not. We don't talk about the movies.
Well, not the movies like Cyber Chase, Witch's Ghost, Alien Invaders. We're not talking about those kind of movies. I'm on about what they called the new Scooby-Doo movies.
There was even a Batman crossover at one
Yeah,
point.
that's what they are, the crossovers.
Yeah.
So you got Batman, Addams Family, you had the Globetrotters.
Yep.
You just have a lot of crossover with it.
Warner Brothers really just showing off.
They are
their,
a lot of fun. Yeah,
yeah.
They're just showing off all their other stuff, aren't they?
Yeah.
But I think that they were great to
Mhm.
watch as well. Obviously, the original Scooby-Doo Where Are You? As you know, for my birthday, producer man Steve got me the whole set on Blu-ray.
And I got you a T-shirt.
And you did. The fact that it's all on Blu-ray, though, is pretty incredible.
That's really great.
Now, again, I cannot go any less on all of that. And again, same as I said before, we're not going too far into the future where Shaggy and Velma are dating and then Shaggy's black and like what's all with all these modernizational changes, right? But before we get into anything too modern, because that's just trash, the actual stuff that was on Boomerang from 2008 downward is 5.
Okay, that's good.
Where are you going with that?
See, the issue is I didn't particularly grow up on Scooby-Doo like I did with Tom and Jerry.
Even on Cartoon Network?
Not really.
It was on there.
Do you know what? I've probably seen more Scooby-Doo films than I have episodes.
Oh wow!
To be honest.
Really?
Yeah. So
we've got to change that.
So that taken into account, Dan, I think I'm gonna have to give Scooby-Doo, taking in everything like you've just done, I'd probably have to give it a 3 out of 5.
Oh wow!
Because again,
you hit that hard.
It doesn't impact me like Tom and Jerry does, for example, but I like it that it impacts you.
Well, what I love about it, especially in the summer holidays when Boomerang literally just had Scooby-Doo and that was it.
Yeah.
I think absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it was great because what I loved about that is it doesn't matter what the time is. If I turn the TV on, I'm going to get Scooby-Doo. And this is before the modern stuff came out.
Yeah.
So it was always good. Only problem I had was adverts.
Yeah.
But it was great because, at the time, often I would be, because as you know, as a child, I had to sleep around quite a bit. So I had to, I just made that sound dirty than it should be.
Yeah.
Not what I meant at all. I meant that because...
You stayed around people's houses.
Because of the schooling situation, I had to stay at other people's houses. So I stayed at my mum's friend, I stayed at my auntie's, and they all had Sky, they all had Boomerang.
So there was something universal that you could all watch.
Absolutely. And for me, that was my home comfort away from home as well.
Yeah.
So for me, it goes deeper to just something I'm watching on the television.
And that's special.
And yeah, absolutely. Don't get me wrong, Tom and Jerry's in that same category.
Yeah.
Because if ever I stayed outside of the 6-week holidays, then yeah, it would. Obviously, Tom and Jerry would be on as well.
Yeah.
But what they do now, even now, they still do a Scooby and Tom and Jerry weekend. They'll literally do Tom and Jerry Scooby, literally every half an hour, like clockwork.
Oh, that's cool.
Boomerang is still decent. It's not as good as it used to be.
But there's still
they know that some of their audience.
They know they peaked in our childhood, and that's the main thing.
They do, absolutely. And they're still on air as well.
That's the main thing.
And that's a lot of, Cartoon Network are still on air, so take that with a pinch of salt if you will. But obviously that just says something about the brands as well. And obviously, I'll be honest, I think Warner Brothers just have so much money, they've just forgotten that they're there.
Yeah,
just left them running. But no, that's all good. I mean, for me, I'm giving out 10 stars for the day. I mean, obviously, there's loads of other honourable mentions as well. I mean, you've got Top Cat,
which I love,
Flintstones as
which
well.
I love. Yeah,
I was really disappointed that they ditched Flintstones. Boomerang did this thing where they pretended that Fred Flintstone had been kidnapped, put onto the moon. I don't know what that was all about, but it meant that they stopped airing it.
And the Jetsons, was that?
Yeah,
on there
Jetsons.
as well?
Yeah, well, they stopped airing Flintstones, and then when they brought it back, they're like, "Yep, the Thunderbirds have rescued them, and the Thunderbirds are now on Boomerang, and here we're now going to show this all the time." I'm like, and that's where I started to watch Nickelodeon.
Right.
But yeah, that was again another great cartoon from the Stone Ages.
Yes.
Hey. And
but now, what very special we've done today, Dan?
I mean, Boomerang in itself. This is the first time we've actually reviewed a television channel.
It is, yeah. It's quite groundbreaking.
I think actually, Boomerang in itself. They've gone downhill lately. I understand they've got to modernise. They've got the new cartoons. All the 3D animation they keep adopting. You know, I don't know what Mush Mush and the Mushables is, but that's something they show now.
Yeah.
Grizzly and the Lemmings. You still get Mr. Bean, the animated series.
I didn't really watch the animated series. I used to watch
it
the
was-
live.
it was
I used to
okay.
watch the live action one.
It was okay, but I think it started on Freeview and should have stayed there.
Yeah.
I think it was one of them. But do you know what? When all's said and done, I love the fact that Boomerang On Demand still has all the classics.
Yep.
I love how obviously Boomerang app as well now lets you see it, and of course they still do show it on the linear TV as well. And you've got to give them credit for that.
Yep.
Because that is a risk if you consider some of the kids these days. They can be quite fussy when it comes to graphics. I've noticed they're like, oh, that's too old, I don't want to watch that.
Yeah.
But you know,
but again, the things we were watching, they were like 40, 50 years old by the time we were watching them, and we didn't care. It was just
but we didn't have 4K TVs.
that's
did we?
true. Yeah, we didn't have.
We didn't have an 80-inch TV in our living room.
We
Tommy.
didn't have iPads. Yeah. Never mind.
We just had. I think most
Kids
families
today.
just had a 19 to 20-inch TV in the corner, just this box thing that you daren't lift because you'll break your back.
Kids today, eh? Never
Ah,
mind.
Spoiled brats.
But
Anyway,
you viewers, you know how to still follow us, even though we're not writing any of these reviews on Letterboxd this month. You still know that you can follow us on Letterboxd.
absolutely. Our names are below right now. They're on the screen.
Larkins95, Dan Moore Radio. You guys know the gist. Feel free to look us up.
But if you want the exclusives that are not on Letterboxd, you need to be liking us, following us, subscribing, and all that crap here on YouTube.
All that jazz.
All that jazz.
Yes.
Thank you, Tommy.
Yes.
I'm glad you're here.
Potty mouth.
So that's what you need to do to keep up to date with that, as we're doing that all through September.
And make sure to tune in for not this Friday, but next Friday, because that will be when we're playing catch up next, Dan.
Oh, yes. Tommy's got more money than sense, so he's going on holiday. But when he comes back, which will be on that Friday, we will be back with another series September review. But if you do miss it, the channel's here. You can watch it at any time.
Yep. Can't wait to catch up with more cartoons with you next time, Dan.
Well, 10 stars from me, 7 stars from him. But you have a great night.
Yep. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.